It is late, and the house has finally gone quiet. But you are not asleep. You are doing the thing you do not tell anyone about. Reading, searching, learning your way through something private. A body of knowledge that feels like a secret door only you know exists. Healing, maybe. Spirituality. Something therapeutic, something hush-hush. The kind of inquiry you keep in a tab you close when someone walks in. And earlier tonight, while you were half here, half inside that other world, someone in your house needed you, a look, a sentence, a thread of attention, and you gave them the edge of yourself, the part left over after work and worry and everyone else's weather. You swallowed the sentence you have been carrying for weeks. I give and nobody sees it. Put your hand over your heart right now. Feel how long that sentence has been living there. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take one slow breath with me and let it go. Because today, 2 interruptions are coming for you. One from the world that watches you, one from the world that holds you, and one of them is not an obstacle at all. It is the door you have been quietly looking for. This is the architecture overhead, and it is moving through you. The moon reaches her first quarter in Sagittarius today, a sharp, insistent light in your 10th house of career, reputation, and the milestones other people can see. This is the house of being known, of visibility, of the role you play on the public stage. But she stands directly opposite Uranus in Gemini, in your 4th house of home and family, and that single opposition is the entire plot of your afternoon. A household need, an emotional update, a living space issue arriving like an interruption to your agenda. Work and home are arm wrestling, and you are the table. Yet there is mercy in the geometry. The moon flows in a trine to Jupiter in Cancer, in your 8th house of shared resources and transformation, and that soft golden line means grace arrives through the deepest waters. Through therapy, through honest money conversations, through the things you usually keep under lock. Venus, radiant in Libra, is warming your 5th house of pleasure and romance, while Mercury, only recently clear of its summer retrograde shadow, moves through Leo in your 12th house, the hidden mind, lending its voice to your late-night investigations. Saturn and Neptune, both retrograde in Aries, are moving backward through your 3rd house of speech, retraining how you say what you mean. Chiron, the wounded healer, is retrograde in Taurus in your 4th house, gently reopening the oldest family wound around worth. And Pluto, the silent power, is pressing through Aquarius, deep in your 12th house of the inner self, gathering information about a delicate matter. Something religious, psychic, spiritual, therapeutic. You will not feel this empowered about everything for a while, which is exactly why you should trust it now. In the older sky, the Vedic one, the moon travels today through Jyeshta, the eldest star, the keeper of secrets, the one everyone quietly leans on. The sky's way of saying the hidden work you do at night is real labor, and it counts. And 1 week from today, the sky reserves the loudest event of your entire season. A partial lunar eclipse falls in Pisces itself, in your own sign, and it will illuminate, release, and rewrite how you see yourself at the most basic level. Not next month. Not someday. Next Friday. In love, and in the rooms where you perform your competence, the dynamic today is this. You may try to preserve 2 plans at once, the career demand, the public commitment, the deadline with your name on it, and the time you reserve for someone you love, and the current transit suggests you could end up present for neither. Choose what genuinely needs you first. Then, and this is the part that matters, update the other person promptly. A changed schedule is manageable. Being left to discover the change through silence is much harder to excuse. And money. Steady, but the sky asks for careful planning. No sudden generosity you cannot explain. No impulse dressed as kindness. Work independently today. Do not wait for permission or consensus to do what only you can do. But here is the reframe, the center of everything, and I need you to receive it slowly. You have been telling yourself a story, that you are taken for granted, that your hard work disappears into other people's lives without a trace. And some of that is true, but the part you cannot see yet is this. The fit being thrown in your home, the relative who seems to demand your attention at the worst possible moment, the roommate who grumbles while you are on your phone, that is not an attack on you. It is the mirror of your own silence. You have been too quiet about needing appreciation. You give, and then you resent the giving in private, and the people who love you sense the distance without understanding the cause. So today, The moon's face-off with Uranus hands you one assignment. Name what you provide. Not bitterly, clearly. A reminder of how your hard work has benefited the people around you is not arrogance. It is information they genuinely may not have. Do not let anyone take you for granted, fish. But the first person to stop taking you for granted must be you. The empowerment you are gathering in the dark, the books, the research, the quiet repair work, is not meant to stay private forever. It is becoming your spine. And the disciple who sits alone in the room eventually becomes the teacher who can speak. At home, give people the gift of space today. There will always be differences of opinion. You are all carrying different lifetimes of experience, and when conflict flares, the wisest move is sometimes to stay out of each other's way until the air clears. Let them sort themselves out independently. You do not have to supervise anyone's feelings. Your emotions may feel unpredictable. That is the eclipse approaching, stirring your waters from underneath, so stay calm on purpose, and do not make promises in the heat of it. Attend to the body. The blood work you have been postponing, the rest you have been rationing. Your health is the foundation of every gift you give, and an empty vessel cannot pour. Finances. Steady, plan carefully, and let the growth be slow and honest. Protect one private hour tonight, not for work, not for them, for the inquiry. The sabbatical you keep imagining, the long stretches of wanting to sit in your room. Pluto in your 12th house says this hibernation is not avoidance. It is incubation. You are removing yourself from the outside world so the inner world can finish a sentence it has been trying to say for years. The tarot, the self-help shelf, the meeting you considered, the course you bookmarked, these are not escapes from your life. They are the preparation for your rebirth, which is scheduled, written in the sky, 8 days from now. And the place you keep dreaming about, the trip, the far water, the exploration, let it be the goal that keeps you gentle with yourself this week. Now, resolve the loop, because it is time. The two interruptions coming today, the work demand and the home upset, are not two enemies. They are the same lesson in two costumes. Show up and say what you need. The work update you are dreading depends on what changes at home, so communicate sooner rather than later, share the update, adjust the timeline where needed, and let practical honesty hold both rooms together. You were never meant to choose between your world and your people. You were meant to be visible in both, with your needs on the table, your worth stated out loud, and your secret knowledge finally allowed to see daylight. If this landed in your chest, if you recognized the late-night search, the swallowed sentence, the giving without being seen type visible in the comments. Not for me. For you. An energetic declaration that the hidden work is becoming public strength. You are not disappearing, Pisces. You are incubating. And next week, when the moon is eclipsed in your own sign, a version of you that was never allowed to speak will finally open her eyes in the shadow and recognize the light. Until then, rest when you need to, speak when it counts, and let one person today actually see you. Even if that person has to be you first.